You're going to see devastation. You're going to see entire blocks that once had housing, vibrancy, now diminished to rubble. And one thing that I pray is that it does not become our norm, where we're used to seeing the devastation and we're used to seeing the rubble, and we don't have a hope of expectancy of seeing something different.
I'm Luke Welcher with Civil Righteousness. On May 16th, if you remember, a tornado came through this community, tons of neighborhoods, and destroyed thousands of homes. Well, it's fall, and there's still many people who lack adequate housing, adequate shelter. People have their whole third floor ripped off, roofs gone. Even here behind me, you can see a house that is complete rubble, and even trees that are knocked down, and houses that are still being repaired with plastic and tarps on the roofs. And if we were to walk for miles, you would see the same thing. Isaiah 58 talks about being a people that repair the breach, that bring restoration, that rebuild foundations. And we believe you're supposed to embody that. If you're trying to bring biblical justice, it's important to embody restoration and renewal. JT recently sat down with Keisha Williams of Empowering You to Move, who's partnering with Love to Lou by community, by block. They are going through and helping to bring the materials and supplies, the volunteers, everything that's needed to help get through this time. We're inviting you to sit down and listen as Keisha Williams shares ways that you can help to restore, to rebuild this community and get them back on their feet and be a part of repairing that breach.
So my name is Keisha Williams. I am the CEO of Empowering You to Move, a nonprofit organization within the city of St. Louis. I am partnered with Love the Lou, that's ran by Lucas Ruggli, and we are just trying to get the word out of what it looks like to survive and thrive through devastation that's happened to our community as a whole. I am a St. Louis native, born and raised in the city of St. Louis. I've lived in different pockets, but I've always pretty much stayed there. But I come from a home full of entrepreneurs, community workers, who block unit leaders. All we know is community. My mother did daycare for over 25 years for low impoverished individuals. That is my heart. That is who I am, no matter what I do. I've been in corporate America, but dealing with people and advocating for people who don't know how to advocate for themselves is pretty much what God has placed in my hands to put forth. I would always say there's so many good things growing and maturing and manifesting in the city of St. Louis. What the tornado did was shook it all up, right? We already had devastation. Now we have neighborhoods that have been totally wiped out. My neighborhood was ground zero. So we were losing community members from them moving out of the neighborhood, but now there's nowhere for them to be. So there's no choice in the matter. We have where bricks or so I live in a generational home, and most of my community is generational homes, and they're no more. So they lost everything. And being there, working in the community, and then also being a part of the community that has lost everything is kind of like, okay, so not only am I doing this for me, I have to do this for them. I have to be the voice. I have to be the resource. I have to be that person that's like, you know what? I understand. I'm right here with you. I lost. I moved out. I have to move out of my home. And then understanding that some people were not affected, but they want to help. So what does that look like? How do we bridge that gap of bringing the resources to where the people are in need? And what does that look like to sustain that? Because a couple of weeks after it was over, okay, it's a news story, right? So that's not the case for those of us who live there. This is our life has transitioned in such a way that we've lost and we have to start over. So being able to, maneuver through all of the new changes that come along with devastation is where we are right now. In my instance, my house was not demolished, but it's unlivable. But I had homeowners insurance. So FEMA came in and they were like, if you don't have homeowners insurance, we're going to pay you a certain amount of money. I've heard people say they've gotten $12,000. $12,000 when my entire house is in rumbles doesn't do me any good. And again, I stated these are generational homes. So you have several families living in one home, and that's only for the homeowner gets the 12. So what happens? No one knows. Then we're scrambling trying to put people in different residences and renting and all of that where there's not enough funds, there's not enough housing. So you're uprooting people from what they know and placing them in unfamiliar territories. While companies are coming in, they were already trying to buy the land from underneath us. So now they're just mowing it down and buying it for cheap. And that doesn't help us replenish what we've lost. Stabilization to me looks like listening to the voices of the people who are there and finding out what their real needs are. If they want to stay on their land, how do we help them get that done? That can look so different for so many people. But providing a space and opportunity to hear and then take some of those thoughts and implement them in real time is what is going to make where we are beautiful and stable again. The number of houses that have been destroyed is astronomical because we're dealing with communities, right? Where we've lost lives at. You'll see all of that if you go up Euclid and Marcus. Between those two streets, you're going to see devastation. You're going to see entire blocks that once had housing, vibrancy, now diminished to rubble. And it's heartbreaking to see. And one thing that I pray is that it does not become our norm, where we're used to seeing the devastation and we're used to seeing the rubble, and we don't have a hope of expectancy of seeing something different. But it's there, it's our reality, but it doesn't have to be our future, right? It's something that happened to us, but it doesn't have to dictate what happens for us for future references. A couple of the ways that you can assist with the work that is being done within both organizations. I know we both have Amazon wish lists, so that's always available, and we try to keep those things updated. Presently, when it comes to the tornado victims, we are looking for gift cards because we don't want to say, okay, well, you need a generator, let me go and buy you a generator, when you need windows or paint or something of that nature. So we're looking for gift cards from Menards, Lowe's, any home goods place, because people are literally rebuilding their lives. Something as simple as a Walmart gift card. They can go to Walmart and get clothing for their kids. That's something that both organizations are trying to do. It's easier for us to give a parent gift cards than it is to say, oh, well, we'll go get these specific things, and you have a long laundry list of things that are important to you. And when we can just give you a $150 gift card, this is how we're going to bless you. Go and get your needs, because needs change. So the Amazon, any mailing gift cards to the P.O. boxes, coming down, doing volunteer work with us. We still are canvassing. We're still, knocking door to door to see, hey, what are your needs? What does it look like now for you to be serviced? There's always volunteer opportunities within both organizations that we're looking for like-minded individuals to come and join with us in doing. So we're on every platform, social media. We have a website. It's Empowering You to Move. It's actually the number 2 and not the word written out. So a lot of people get a little confused about that. It's empoweringyoutomove.com. You can always, from there's a contact where you can put on whatever your submission is, and it'll get directly to us. You can always give me a call, 314-764-9403. I don't take off days, unfortunately. So I'm always available. You can always reach out through Love the Lou. There's so many different, I'm always,